guys, in this month's Disney Rewind, we're going to be talking about Artemis Fowl. So, we're going to be talking about the new Disney Plus movie, Artemis Fowl. Are we going to have any sort of spoilers? I feel like we can talk about this movie without necessarily getting into the spoilers, maybe?
Yeah.
Let's try.
But I also feel like there is nothing really to spoil.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to do our best not to spoil anything in this movie. That way this video won't be too terribly long. But yeah, what is Artemis Fowl even about? This is a rather complicated movie, and normally I sit here and I just kind of wing it and come up with a plot summary, but I was kind of confused, so I'm going to read what the Disney Plus summary says, you guys. So, Artemis Fowl is based on the beloved book by Eoin Colfer. It is a fantastical spellbinding adventure that follows the journey of 12-year-old genius Artemis Fowl, a descendant of a long line of criminal masterminds, as he desperately tries to save his father who has been kidnapped. In order to pay his ransom, Artemis must infiltrate an ancient underground civilization, the amazingly advanced world of fairies, and bring the kidnapper the Oculos, the fairies' most powerful and coveted magical device. To locate the elusive object, cunning Artemis concocts a dangerous plan, so dangerous that he ultimately finds himself in a perilous war of wits with the all-powerful fairies. So, hopefully that is satisfactory. Stephanie, how did we feel about the Disney Plus movie Artemis Fowl? I guess as a disclaimer, we've not read the books, right? We've not read the books. I've seen the books. You know, when I've kind of perused the children's section, I've seen the books. I know they're out there. I know Eoin Colfer has written them. But yeah, I actually had no idea what they were even about. So yeah, going into this movie, just going into it, you know, free thinking of it or whatever. So Stephanie, how did you feel about Artemis Fowl, the Disney Plus movie that was originally supposed to come out in theaters, correct?
Yeah.
It was originally supposed to come out in theaters. It's perhaps a good thing it didn't come out in theaters.
It was okay for what it was. It wasn't amazing. I mean, it was a fun movie. You know, it's just one of those. It was a fun movie that will kind of be forgettable, probably.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the best. Yeah, fun, but forgettable.
I mean, we had like good laughs, genuine laughs about stuff. You know, maybe some of them we weren't supposed to laugh too hard at, but I mean, yeah, I mean, it was okay to watch. I mean, you got Disney Plus, you're paying for it.
You might as well watch it.
It's an hour and a half of your time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a very long movie, but it felt long.
But we also like got up for a moment, and then that kind of turned into an adventure itself. So maybe that's what happened. But it did feel kind of long. Yeah, it's fun, but forgettable.
Yeah. Yeah, the movie, it's okay. I mean that's the best you can say about it's okay. I don't think it's like god awful. You know, I think it's bearable. It's a good time for kids. I think this is definitely something that kids will really enjoy, but I don't think it's not really for adults. You know how you can watch a Disney movie. Most Disney movies you can watch it, and even though they're targeted towards kids, a lot of times as an adult you can just thoroughly enjoy it and probably enjoy it more so and appreciate it more than a kid. That's not the case with Artemis Fowl. It's definitely the kiddies, but this is more for them. And
it was also a pretty confusing movie.
Yeah, was it just confusing to us?
I was reading other people's stuff, and they too were confused.
Okay, because when I was watching the movie, I was a little concerned, like, wait, have I missed something? Am I zoning in and out? Am I the only one confused?
Especially, like, people who haven't read the books, they were like, to people who have read the books, like, is this confusing? Like, is this like how the book is? Is it as confusing?
There's a lot going on. For a movie,
there is a lot.
For a movie that's only an hour and a half, there's a lot going on, and things are kind of brushed over very quickly, explained very quickly. And considering that you have this fantastical world of fairies, there's this huge world building, but nothing is really explained or fleshed out. It's like you kind of just dropped into it, and it's kind of overwhelming and confusing, and in turn, because it's an hour and a half, not only is there a lack of world building, but I feel like there's a lack of just even developing the characters for you to like really kind of attach to them, and this is one of those movies that you're just really indifferent to as you're watching it. It's like if someone's in peril, oh well.
it's like I like movies that are just like boom bam, like action movies. That's what I love the most. And you just get kind of dropped in sometimes in an action movie. There's no kind of like, hey, what's going on?
But an action movie is an action movie.
That makes sense, and you still are able to grasp what is happening.
Yeah, but
whereas this is like,
this has like
What's
this movie has like a whole big fantastical world of fairies and dwarves and leprechauns or whatever. They're, all these creatures, and you don't get anything, Yeah, because an action movie, you're just meant to just drop into the midst of an action movie. But yeah, this movie, it don't work.
Well, you said that if people were in peril, you were kind of like, oh well. But there was one scene with a character, and I was thinking, oh no.
But I don't know if that's because I like the actor.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because I like the actor and I've seen him in multiple things.
And you felt concerned for him because you just like him as a person.
Yeah. The CG, the CGI in this movie is confusing because there's some moments where the CGI I think is really gorgeous,
like the whole fairy world.
Yeah, there's some stuff that's really gorgeous and whatnot, but sometimes it can be just a little too heavy on the CGI. And then like characters, CGI characters, it's like the same problem sometimes something like Harry Potter would have. Harry Potter would have
even up to the last film.
Yeah, Harry Potter would have these gorgeous CGI scenes, but characters would be god awful. I mean, other than like Dobby, because Dobby and like Buckbeak, Dobby and Buckbeak were fantastic, but then like Hagrid's brother was god awful, and it's like this movie has the same problem, that character effects are terrible, but the people who were in practical effects makeup was fine. The movie was also directed by Kenneth Branagh, which I was excited about because I like Kenneth Branagh. But then I left the movie going, God damn, Kenneth Branagh, what'd you do?
Maybe he doesn't know what he did.
It might not have necessarily been his fault. I don't know. Maybe it's just the subject matter.
I mean, he directed. Who wrote it?
Yeah, because he didn't write it. Yeah, he didn't write it. The writing is not his fault. So yeah, the writing is just, there's some issues with the writing. I mean,
I think you mentioned that maybe this should have been a TV series because then that way you could flesh out more.
Yeah.
The world, the people.
Yeah, I left the movie thinking, man, this should have been a multi-season thing.
But now,
since there's a lot of books,
nobody's probably going to pick it up for now. Like, I saw somebody else mentioning, this won't get picked up for a TV series for another 10 years, like Lemony Snicket.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like after... I like that Lemony Snicket.
No, I
liked a series of unfortunate events, but it took forever for them to finally be like, hey, let's adapt this into a TV series.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like the same for the Artemis Fowl series. I feel like because of this movie...
Because, like, Lemony Snicket doesn't have... It's, like, pretty simple. And it takes place in kind of one area each time. So that's a simple thing to do. And then, the Artemis Fowl, it's like, they've got this whole world, and it's like they didn't know what to do with it in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Plus, I read one description and it said based off of the first 2 books.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, that could also kind of be your problem there.
Yeah, trying to adapt multiple books into one movie, just not a good idea. Characters, like I said, characters are just not fleshed out enough. A lot of them just felt very one-dimensional. I do think the acting was fine. Like the kid doing Artemis Fowl. I thought he was great in the role because Artemis is supposed to be kind of cocky and arrogant, kind of a bit of an ego,
Yeah, I saw something that somebody's like, "Oh, his acting was horrible," and I'm like, I think maybe it's because he is cocky,
and
of your attitude comes off as a certain way.
He's not Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Harry Potter is the goody-goody. Artemis Fowl is the total opposite of Harry Potter, and I thought the kid playing him did good. Because I was sitting thinking, I even said this to you, remember at the very start of the movie, he just spoke a couple lines of dialogue, and I instantly went, oh, this kid in the future, he's going to be playing great, iconic, like, British villains. Because he's just a preteen, and I was already getting these vibes, like, oh, he's going to be a great, like, character actor in the future, like playing villains. Because the Artemis kind of had that vibe to him, you know. Maybe that's just me, but now I feel like his career is just gonna go downhill because of this movie. You know, and this is a shame because I thought he was a really good actor.
Well, it seems like British kids, even if they're in
a terrible movie.
or wait, was he British or was he?
You know, the character's supposed to be Irish, ain't he? But I'm not sure if he was Irish or British. I'm not sure.
Usually, like, even if they're kind of in something that doesn't do too great, they'll always, like, appear anyway in something else. America's not so forgiving to children.
And then, even the girl who played Holly, right? She was a fairy. I thought she was great. You know, she was just so cute. She was so cute looking, and I was even thinking of her like, oh, when she gets older, you know, she's gonna be like the new Keira Knightley. You know, I was like, I just kind of felt that from her too. I thought she was a great actress. The little that we had of Colin Farrell was fine. I was devastated that we didn't have more of Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell's always Colin Farrell, and it's always good. The one guy, Nonzo Anozie? Is that his name? Nonzo Anozie?
Yeah.
I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. I really liked him in this as well. He was great. Josh Gad?
Which I didn't know was in until we watched it.
Yeah, I didn't even realize Josh Gad was in this movie.
He was sitting there at the beginning and talking, and I was like,
wait, is that Josh Gad?
Like, Stacie, is that? I think I couldn't think of his name. I was like,
Josh Gad was fine. I didn't particularly like the character that much. The character was okay. I don't know how you felt about the character. The character's okay for me. It was a little much for me. But I like Josh. Yeah, Josh Gad was fine. Judi Dench. This is good lord. We got to talk about Judi Dench.
All the acting was fine.
Judi
Dench.
You know, Judi Dench is a BAFTA, Oscar, Golden Globe. I'm probably missing an award. She's won a lot of awards. Judi Dench is
Kids' Choice Award.
Maybe she's won a Kids' Choice Award too. She might win one for this movie. Judi Dench is such a terrific British actress, and once again Disney drags her into some sort of shitty role, and I don't understand how this happens. First they put her in Home on the Range, and then this wasn't
her Home on the Range character. Is much better than her character.
I might be thinking of Helen Mirren for the Nutcracker, because I think I was thinking about Judi Dench for that, but Helen Mirren was in the Nutcracker, which was horrible. But then she was also in Cats, which I hear was terrible.
Judi Dench is old. She don't give a crap no more.
Why do they keep doing this to Judi Dench?
Judi Dench just needs money.
She is the UK's...
to live out the rest of her life, okay?
Judi Dench is the UK's national treasure. Why?
Was she a dame?
Yes, dame. She is a dame. She has been... Is it knighted?
I don't know
what is it for
a lady.
What is it for a lady? She has been knighted by Queen Elizabeth II.
But she comes out and she's like, top of the morning.
Oh my god, Judi Dench. I think, it's like she knew what movie she was in. She secretly knew what this movie was, and she just went all out, and she was really campy and over the top. That Irish accent wasn't too great. I don't know what kind of accent she was trying to do. It was kind of horrible. And yeah, she was this was a problem with the writing. She was just all sorts of an Irish stereotype. Yeah, the top of the morning too.
And then what did she say? Get the four-leaf clover out of here or something like that?
Get the four-leaf clover out of here. Oh, she was just a straight-up Irish stereotype. So, Stephanie, do you have any other little things you want to talk about with this movie before we rate it?
I don't think so.
Is there anything else we're missing? No. So, Stephanie, if you had to rank... Oh, Lord.
I haven't thought of this through.
I've not even thought of it either. If you had to rank Artemis Fowl on a scale of 1 to 10 Mickey ears, what would What'd you give it?
Dang. I'm probably gonna have to stick it slap in the middle.
Like a 5? A 5?
Like, I feel like 4's a bit too much.
A little too harsh, a little too harsh. Yeah, probably a 5. I'd go with a 5.
Even though we made some mistakes in the past with our ratings.
We really need to reevaluate our rating
We need to
system.
have a separate video. We're gonna have to go back and make like a new video and kind of go back to some of our first batch of movies we rated and kind of reevaluate what we did in the past and be like, okay, that was uncalled for, let's raise that up.
Yeah. But overall, Artemis Fowl. I mean, if you have a Disney Plus account, I mean, there's no harm in watching the movie because you'll get to stay at home. You'll make yourself some buttered popcorn, relax on your couch. Yeah, there's no harm in watching it at home. You can pause it to go take a bathroom break if you need. I think this was definitely the best move for them not to release it in theaters because I think it would have tanked like A Wrinkle in Time did.
Yeah.
Because
we've
not watched A Wrinkle in Time, but I hear A Wrinkle in Time was pretty bad. Artemis Fowl, I mean, it's not that horrible. It's an okay time. It's fun for what it is. It has some good actors in it that, you know, the writing is not doing it for them. But, yeah, the CG can be a little problematic. Yeah, Kenneth Branagh, what happened? But yeah, it's an okay time. I guess that's about all we can say. It's an okay time. Is that all?
Yep.
I guess that's it. You guys, in the comments below, have you seen the Disney Plus movie Artemis Fowl? Did you love it? If you did, that's okay. Did you hate it? If you hated it, that's okay too. Just let us know your thoughts and feelings down below. So, that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like this video, you may like these other videos. Bye, guys.